Hey there, fellow gamers! If you're a fan of classic JRPGs and have a soft spot for hidden treasures, then you're in for a treat. Today, we're diving into the world of the PC Engine, a console that boasts some of the most underrated and overlooked JRPGs. From epic tales to quirky adventures, these games have flown under the radar for far too long. So grab your controller and let's explore the top 10 hidden JRPG gems on the PC Engine that you absolutely must play. Xak III, The Eternal Recurrence, 1994. Xak III, The Eternal Recurrence is the third game in the Xak series made by Makyou. It tells the story of the main hero, Xak, who goes on a journey to learn the truth behind the mysterious eternal recurrence, a strange event that could throw the world out of balance. Even though it's part of a known game series, Xak III isn't very famous. Many players have never heard of it, even though it has a lot of heart and creativity. The game has smooth, real-time battles that are easy to control but still full of challenge. You can block, dodge, and use powerful attacks that make every fight feel exciting. Its world is full of diverse places to explore, from bright towns and mysterious forests to ancient ruins and magical towers. The music also fits perfectly, setting the mood for each moment. Some players say the game moves a bit slowly in parts, especially when there's a lot of talking instead of fighting, but those dialogue moments often explain important parts of the story. The battles can also be quite tough, especially boss fights that demand timing and strategy. But if you like action RPGs with great stories, interesting characters, and exciting worlds to explore, Xak III is a hidden gem that deserves more attention. Last Armageddon, 1990. Last Armageddon is a role-playing game set in a world destroyed by a massive disaster. Instead of playing as humans, players take control of mutant creatures trying to survive and rebuild in the ruins. The game explores big ideas like survival, change, and the search for knowledge in a harsh and empty world. When it was released, most RPGs focused on human heroes, so the idea of playing as mutants felt fresh and different. The story and gameplay were unusual, making the game stand out from others of its time. It also has a cool evolution system where your characters can mutate and adapt, keeping the gameplay exciting and full of surprises. The world of Last Armageddon is detailed and full of different groups and cultures to discover. The eerie soundtrack helps create a mysterious, spooky mood that fits the story perfectly. However, some parts of the game can feel slow, and the battles might seem repetitive to some players. The lack of clear direction can also make it tricky to know where to go next. Even with its flaws, Last Armageddon is a bold and creative RPG that dares to be different. If you enjoy games that challenge the usual rules and make you think about survival and evolution, this one is definitely worth a try. Linda Cubed, 1995. Linda Cubed is a sci-fi role-playing game set in a high-tech cyberpunk world. It focuses on big ideas like memory, identity, and what's real or not. Players explore a futuristic world where the line between real life and virtual reality becomes unclear. As they play, they uncover secrets that make them question what it really means to exist. Linda Cubed stands out from other RPGs because of its deep story and creative gameplay. It's not just about fighting or exploring, it's also about thinking and making choices that matter. The game has several possible endings, so the choices you make can change how the story turns out. The characters are interesting and grow throughout the game, and the music helps set the mood, making the experience feel more real. However, some players might find the story hard to follow because it can get abstract and complicated. The game also moves slowly at times, with long conversations that might not appeal to people who want fast action. But if you like games that make you think and tell powerful stories, Linda Cubed is a unique and unforgettable adventure. Emerald Dragon, 1994. Emerald Dragon is a fantasy role-playing game about a young man who gets caught up in a big conflict involving dragons and ancient prophecies. The story follows his journey across a wide and mysterious world filled with danger, adventure, and hidden truths. As he travels, he learns more about his destiny, the ancient powers shaping the land, and the friendships that will define his path. While not as well known as some other RPGs from its time, Emerald Dragon delivers a rich and moving experience that easily competes with the biggest titles. Its deep story and creative gameplay make it stand out for fans who enjoy exploring every corner of a fantasy world. The turn-based combat system is full of strategy, giving players plenty of ways to plan their attacks and defenses. Every choice matters, and smart tactics can turn the tide of a tough fight. Each character has unique powers, skills, and growth paths that make them special, and exploring different team combinations adds variety. Moreover, hidden treasures, side quests, and secret dungeons reward those who take their time to look around. Some players might feel that the battles move a little slowly, and the game's difficulty can be tough for beginners. But nonetheless, Emerald Dragon is a hidden gem that you have to check out. Starbreaker, 1994. Starbreaker is a sci-fi and fantasy role-playing game about a group of heroes who must stop an evil empire from taking over the galaxy. The game mixes space exploration with classic RPG gameplay, letting players travel across planets, fight enemies, and uncover secrets about the universe. Even though it has an awesome setting and story, Starbreaker doesn't get as much attention as it deserves. Its mix of science fiction and fantasy feels fresh and different from other games. The story keeps players hooked as they meet new allies and face tough choices that can change their journey. The game has a wide variety of characters, each with their own powers, personalities, and backstories. Battles are fun and require strategy. You can't just rush in without thinking. The world is huge and full of different planets to visit, each with its own look, creatures, and challenges. Sometimes the game can feel slow or repetitive, and the combat might seem a bit old-fashioned to some players. It can also be confusing when you don't have clear directions on where to go next. But for players who enjoy RPGs that blend sci-fi adventure with fantasy magic, Starbreaker is an exciting game. Is 4. The Dawn of Is, 1993. Is 4. The Dawn of Is an action role-playing game that follows a brave adventurer named Adol Kristin. He goes on a journey to uncover the mysteries of the land of Asteria, facing dangerous enemies and exploring ancient ruins along the way. The game focuses on real-time combat and exploration, letting players move freely and fight enemies directly instead of taking turns. Although it's part of the famous Is series, The Dawn of Is doesn't get as much attention as the earlier games. Still, it stands out because of its fun gameplay and interesting story. The combat feels smooth and exciting, keeping players alert as they dodge, strike, and plan their next move. The world is large and filled with many different areas to explore, from peaceful towns to mysterious dungeons. The music is also fantastic, helping to make the adventure feel even more alive. Some players might think the sudden jumps in difficulty are tough, and others may miss having voice acting, which could have made the story feel more personal. But overall, for fans of action RPGs who enjoy fast battles and a good story, Is 4. The Dawn of Is worth a shot, I'd say. Valis III, 1990. Valis III is a side-scrolling action game about a brave young woman named Yuko who can turn into the warrior Valis. She fights against dark forces that want to take over the world. The game mixes fast action with jumping and platforming, so players have lots to do as they move through the levels. Even though it's fun and has an exciting story, Valis III doesn't get the attention it should. The mix of fighting and platforming makes it different from other games of its time. The controls are easy to use, making the action feel smooth and exciting. The characters look interesting, and the story keeps players hooked from beginning to end. The bright, colorful graphics show off how impressive the PC engine was. Some parts can be really tricky, especially when you have to jump carefully or fight tough enemies. The same kinds of enemies appear a lot, which can make fighting feel a bit repetitive. Still, if you like action games with fun gameplay, cool characters, and a great story, Valis III is the one for you. Neutopia, 1989. Neutopia is an action-adventure role-playing game about a hero named Jazetta. He goes on a quest to save Princess Aurora and stop the evil dearth. The game lets players explore different areas, solve puzzles, and fight enemies. Many people compare Neutopia to The Legend of Zelda, but it has its own fun twists. The gameplay is exciting, and the colorful graphics make it look appealing. The game uses a top-down view so players can explore many different places. The fighting system is fun, with lots of weapons and items to use. The bright graphics show how powerful the PC engine was. Some parts of the game can be tricky. Certain puzzles may be confusing, and some dungeons are hard to navigate. The lack of voice acting might make the story feel less personal, and the repetitive soundtrack may become tiresome after long play sessions. Despite these issues, for fans of action-adventure RPGs who enjoy exploration, puzzle solving, and engaging combat, Neutopia remains a fun and rewarding game. Fray in Magical Adventure. Fray CD Xak III, 1994. Fray in Magical Adventure is a spin-off of the Xak series, following the magical escapades of Fray, a young girl on a whimsical quest to uncover the secrets of her world. The game is full of real-time battles and fun exploration that keeps you on your toes. As a spin-off, Fray in Magical Adventure gives a playful twist on the Xak universe. Its lively gameplay and charming story make it a standout adventure. The real-time combat is exciting and lets you feel like a true hero, while the colorful characters and lighthearted story add a splash of fun. The vibrant visuals pop, showing off the PC engine's flair. Some parts of the game can drag a bit, and the story isn't very deep, but it still has plenty of magical moments and surprises. If you love action RPGs with quirky characters, fun battles, and a sprinkle of magic, Fray in Magical Adventure is a delightful and playful journey. Tengai Makyou, Ziria, 1989. Tengai Makyou, Ziria is a traditional JRPG set in a magical, cartoon-like version of Japan, following Kaguya, a young hero on a quest to stop evil forces from taking over. The game is full of funny moments, quirky characters, and wild storytelling, mixed with classic turn-based battles. Even though Tengai Makyou became popular in Japan, it didn't get much attention in the West. Its strange setting, silly jokes, and deep RPG gameplay make it a game worth trying even now. The world is bright and full of life, with fun towns, oddball characters, and creative enemies. The music is lively and matches the game's playful mood. Turn-based battles are strategic but easy to follow, and the story blends humor with exciting adventures. The game can feel big and confusing because there's so much to do and many side quests. Some conversations can be long or really goofy, which might surprise players looking for a serious story. If you like JRPGs that are charming, funny, and full of interesting places to explore, Tengai Makyou Ziria is a unique and entertaining adventure that still feels special today. Marvelous verdict. And there you have it, the top 10 hidden JRPG gems on the PC engine that you absolutely need to try. From epic adventures to quirky stories, these games prove that the PC engine was a goldmine for JRPG lovers. If you enjoyed this list, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you never miss more hidden gaming treasures. Now, go dust off that PC engine and start your next adventure.